How's it going? So, look, we have this thing where every time some kind of store update happens, this thing triggers. So, it's called a appReducer. Some people call it baseReducer, rootReducer, and the way to do it is to just create it like state action. I'll do it from scratch, but I'm just showing you that. It's honestly kind of useless. It's very similar to listenerMiddleware.startListening. It's just a shitty version of this one. I'll link in the video description below how to do this one. But in here, you can do kind of like side effects. So you have access to action and payload, and based on that, you can kind of do in between stuff. And this one apparently has to return state. Whatever. The reason I'm making this video is because I saw it in our project, so just wanted to understand how it works, but it's kind of useless, honestly. Okay, so how do we create the base appReducer? So it's omega easy, right? So const, let's do app, call it whatever the hell you want. appReducer. Convention is to call it like base, root, or appReducer. I'll call it appReducer. Equals state. Make sure you have a default for state. Then action, which is any, type any. And then return state. Now I probably want to console log some shite in here. So I'm just gonna copy and paste it real quick. So this is just console log for the pluses. So it separates it per line. And then we're console logging state and action. So state, console logging state is a bit of a waste of time because it's always going to be an empty object. Okay. Now this part is the most important, where we are adding to the store configuration. Most of the time, you're going to have your reducers in here like this, but because I'm running persister, for me it's going to be in combined reducer. So the key name is API. That's the convention. Again, call it whatever the hell you want. It makes absolutely no difference. And then appReducer here. And then voila. Done. Alright. So now, on every render, we're gonna have this mumbo jumbo happening. You see? Now, again, it's quite useless because... So, okay, let's do some conditional if. So let's say we want to do something if we see this one here. So let's do an if condition. If it's going to be in action, the type equals whoopsie. Then we want to return state, and then console log something like a blah blah. Okay, so let's just console log blah blah. So now what we're gonna see, that as soon as we hit type persist, we get the blah blah. And that's it. Now, you can see that we cannot, I'll show you that you cannot manipulate state from here. Because look, if we return state plus 4 bar, on the next rotation the state is going to reset. So there's our state, and then it gets reset again, you see. So it's just a shitty version of this one, honestly, and that's about it. You can probably maybe, I don't know, you probably won't be able to dispatch from here. Well, you might, but how? Wait. Because you need a dispatch. Honestly, I'm just kind of just making video just so that I know how it works, you know, but and you are aware that this thing exists. So that next time you kind of you're reading through your project and you come across this API or rootReducer, baseReducer, appReducer, and you're like, what does it do? Just be aware that it's just some mumbo jumbo that is just most likely used as a middleware. So just again another tomato, because this thing pretty much does whatever you want this thing to do as well. So alright, well, let me see. If I don't return anything, what's going to happen? Will that crash the store? Yeah, it crashes the store, so you have to return state. Outside of that, I mean, that's about it. Okay, it's just a middleware listener. Okay, take care, bye bye.